Didn't see you come in there. Don't you ever knock? How's it going, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer coming at you with another video. Hope you all had a good weekend. I didn't get up to too much myself. I went to a concert on the weekend. Got a lot of rain. Today the sun appears to be out, so that's good. So today we are talking about Alan Wake 2, set to be released on October 27th in a couple of days. October 27th, would that be Thursday? So, I had a few things I wanted to talk about with regards to AW2. Now, I talked about Alan Wake 2 a couple of months ago on the channel, and I thought now would be a good time, obviously, to revisit it. So, the first thing is, why did Remedy delay the game until now? It was supposed to come out a couple of weeks ago, a month ago. Obviously Starfield dropped, as well as Spider-Man 2. So, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because this ties into what I really want to talk about. And Remedy thought, it wouldn't make sense from a business perspective to drop Alan Wake 2 when these huge AAA titles are being released, and I totally understand that. So here we have October 27th. Alan Wake 2 is being released near Halloween, which makes sense, right? Because Alan Wake, while not Halloween themed, it's in this case, especially the sequel, it's considered a survival horror game as far as Sam Lake is concerned. I'm still, skeptical about that statement. Like, Alan Wake's the survival horror game. Maybe it has some survival horror elements to it as far as being, third person view, and you've got a... Does he have a gun this time around? I don't know. Maybe we'll see. Maybe it is survival horror, but I just don't see it being, as far as survival horror is concerned, popping somebody's head off, blood everywhere. But maybe it'll surprise me. So the biggest, I wouldn't say it's an elephant in the room, but the biggest talking point for a lot of gamers, at least in the niche YouTube community, is the fact that this game is being released only digital, as a digital download. At full retail, or is it $10 cheaper than what it would be if it was full retail? I think it might be $10 cheaper is what they're aiming for. And, as a rebuttal, Remedy and Sam Lake have stated that. They said, some of the reasons why Alan Wake 2 is being released digitally only is so that you don't have to have a huge day one download patch when you install the game, which I'm skeptical about that as well. I imagine if you download the game now, it's probably downloading a patch. If you download it day one, there probably will be another patch, let's be honest. They said they're releasing the game digitally to keep the cost down. Because if it was released physically, it would be $10 more. And then they also mentioned, Remedy and Sam Lake, that it's being released digitally because that's just the way that the industry is headed towards. That's where we're going, right? You've got an all-digital PS5 available and an all-digital Xbox Series S. And of course, PC gamers have been downloading their games digitally since the dawn of the internet. But, and this is just one man's opinion, okay? I'm just bringing this to light, to open up the dialogue, to have a conversation. In my opinion, the real reason why Remedy is releasing this game digital only, is because they're not fully 100% confident that Alan Wake 2 is going to be a smash hit. Alan Wake, the original Alan Wake, when it came out back in 2010, while it sold pretty good, it didn't sell as well as they had hoped initially. And I think that's part of the reason why for the longest time, we really didn't get a sequel. We got the spin-off there, Alan Wake's New Nightmare. And over time, Alan Wake had developed a kind of like a cult following, and I'm one of the biggest Alan Wake fans there is. I played the original, which I have here, and just a quick little side note, this is the collector's edition, which I actually got at Value Village. And it's not in bad shape, but it's got a little bit of a crack on it here. I don't know if you can see. And you know, when the Xbox One and the PS4 at the time came out, when they were new consoles, and GameStop, which at the time was EB Games in Canada, was blowing out all their PS3 games and their Xbox games, I walked into an EB Games, and they had this still in shrink wrap, brand new. It was like $20. I should have picked it up, and then I should have got rid of this copy because it's a little bit tattered. But that's just me throwing it out there. So if you see this out in the wild, it's nice. It's a nice little companion piece if you're a huge fan of the series. And then last year, I think it was, or was it the year before, I picked up Alan Wake Remastered for the Xbox One, and I played this through Series Enhanced, and this was awesome. I will never go back to the original because this was just amazing. They really did a good job remastering this game. Did a real good job. So no one's a bigger fan of Alan Wake than me. So the game, again, it's being released this Thursday, but there's a little bit of, is the word skepticism? There's a little bit of uncertainty as far as how well this game will do. Because while there's a lot of people out there like me that cannot wait to play Alan Wake 2, there are a lot of people out there that maybe never played the original, don't really care about the game, and are not interested in it. So because there's some uncertainty, Remedy, because this is a multi-million-dollar, not this one, but the sequel, multi-million-dollar endeavor, Remedy knows that there's a chance the game could fall on deaf ears. It may not be a smash hit. Maybe it will be. We don't know. We just simply do not know. So, you know, when Remedy took on the project, you know, they had been getting a lot of fans like me for years that have been screaming at the top of our lungs for a sequel. So this is, in a lot of ways, I'm sure if you ask Sam Lake, he'll admit that this is a passion project. It's a big budget passion project, but it's a passion project. So, Remedy doesn't want to take a chance and start releasing this as a physical game if the game becomes a flop, because when these companies release the game physically, it does definitely affect their bottom line. So, for a number of reasons, right? It costs money, I imagine, to produce the game, and then you're dealing with the second-hand market where someone will play the game, beat it, and then they will resell it. Or the game could potentially go on sale. There's a number of issues with physical media. So by Remedy releasing it as digital only, it allows them to maximize their profitization and be able to sort of control the narrative. You know what I mean? They cannot afford to take any losses at all on this project. They need to control the narrative, if you will, as best they can. They need to make sure that every single copy of Alan Wake 2 that is sold, whether or not the person who buys it enjoys it, they need to make sure the person pays full price for it. Because at the end of the day, Remedy does not know how well this game will do. Do I think the game will do really well? Yes, I think it'll do really well. Do I think it's going to do as well as Starfield? No, I don't think so. I do not think so. So again, you got to understand, it is a little bit like the movie industry. You know, if a studio spends $30 million, you know, production-wise on a movie, they need to make back at least what they put into it, right? So if Remedy spent, I don't know how much on Alan Wake 2. Maybe it was in the millions. I imagine it probably was. Let's say 15 million. They need to make that money back. They do. They do. So you guys really need to really think about it, okay? Alan Wake 2. Again, look at it from a perspective of everyone else in the world that doesn't watch YouTube, okay? This Thursday, do you think there's going to be a rush of people running to Walmart to buy Alan Wake 2 if it was released physically? I don't think so. Now, if the game is, promoted heavily and it's right on the front of your Xbox dashboard, Alan Wake 2 buy now, digitally, is there going to be interest? There's going to be more interest than if you go to the store. It is. It's just reality. So, at the end of the day, I don't blame Remedy for releasing the game as a digital product only, because, as I had already explained, Alan Wake is kind of a niche cult game. Okay? It is. They do not know. I'm sure they have internal forecasting as to what they can expect the game to sell. But at the end of the day, it could be a flop, right? It could be another Callisto Protocol. We don't know. Apparently, Callisto Protocol can be had for a couple of dollars now. Okay? Go ask that studio if they made a profit on that game. They might have, but it was a huge disappointment, right? So, will I be purchasing Alan Wake 2? Well, I'm going to try to wrap up Starfield today or tomorrow. And I probably will purchase Alan Wake 2 at full price. And the reason why is because I'm a huge fan. Yes, the game will probably go on sale in 6 to 8 months. I don't want to wait that long to play it. I don't think the game is going to get a physical release. I don't think it's happening. Okay, if it does, it'll be either THQ Nordic that does it, maybe a year or two from now. I don't think Limited Run Games is going to do a physical of it. Who knows? Maybe. It's kind of frustrating because if ever we do get a physical version of Alan Wake 2, then I'll have to buy it because of the collector mentality. You hear John Linneman, I have to get physical to preserve Alan Wake 2. Fucking Alan Wake 2 is not going anywhere. We're living in the era where even if it is digital only, a game like Alan Wake 2 is not going to disappear. Okay? Calm the fuck down. Calm your tits. Calm your tits, John Linneman. Oh my god. You do realize, John, that eventually, even if not just Alan Wake 2, even if a game is released digital only, okay, eventually someone out there is going to find a way to be able to take that digital media and put it on a disc or put it on a thumb drive or put it on a piece of hardware and preserve it, okay? So when John Linneman says that, take that with a grain of salt. So, yeah, I was seriously on the fence about buying Alan Wake 2 day one. I said to myself, no, I'm going to wait till it goes on sale. But, so you wait for it to go on sale. So you save yourself $30. Was it really worth waiting a year for the game to go on sale? Part of playing the game day one is because of the excitement. You've been waiting fucking 13 years for this game to come out. I want to be able to play it day one. So it's giving me extra incentive, motivation to wrap up the main campaign on Starfield. Again, I'm not a huge advocate of buying games digitally. Rarely do I ever do that. But I'll make an exception with Alan Wake 2 because I've wanted the game for so long. Am I disappointed that half the game involves having to play as a female FBI agent? Yeah, it's kind of fucking annoying. Yeah, more of that SJW bullshit being thrown into our games. Okay, I want to play as Alan Wake. I don't want to play as a female FBI agent. Fuck off. Oh, that's a conversation for another day. But yeah, I think I will. I think I will pull the trigger on Alan Wake 2. And as a matter of fact, I do have a $100 gift card that is to be used at a shopping mall over in Quebec. I just need to drive over there and use it. So maybe I will do that this week. I'll take the trip over just so that I can use the gift card and buy myself a Microsoft Xbox gift card again. Okay, Xbox, the $100 Xbox card, and then I'll drive back home and then I'll download Alan Wake 2. If it'll fit on my hard drive. So those are my thoughts on it. That's the real reason why Remedy is choosing to release Alan Wake 2 digitally only, because they don't have enough confidence that the game will be a huge success. They don't want to take a chance. They don't want to take a chance on having any losses whatsoever, and that's why they're releasing it digitally only, so that they can control what's coming in. Okay, that's the reason. Okay, if Alan Wake 2 comes out and it gets ripped a new asshole, okay, by all the media outlets out there, they don't want to have a bunch of physical games. They don't want to have a situation like Cyberpunk where a fucking 3 weeks later the game's on sale. They do not want to have that. Whether or not the game is shit, and it won't be, it'll be good because it's Remedy. The game stays at full retail, okay? So yeah, I don't necessarily agree with the business tactic of this, but I understand the reason why they're doing it. I totally do. It is what it is. Unfortunately, you guys out there that are gamers, you need to take your gamer hat off and you need to put your business hat on, and you need to understand it not from a gamer's perspective. You need to understand it from a company perspective. They're doing what they can to make sure that this game is a huge financial success. There's other people that are invested in Alan Wake 2 that are fucking gray with bald head, 65-year-old businessmen, shareholders, stockholders, okay, that have invested in Remedy as a company, that are banking on this game to do well financially, that don't play video games. You guys don't realize that. There's a lot of bullshit out there when it comes to business. So that's it. I'll cut it off there, right at the 18-minute mark. I have not purchased Alan Wake 2 yet. I'll probably wait until the 11th hour to purchase it. Let me know in the comments below. I know that this is a hot topic. I know a lot of you guys are pissed off about the fact that there's no physical release. I get it. So anyways, that's going to do it for me. Thanks so much for watching. You people are wonderful and beautiful. You take care.